All right, welcome back to the channel again. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for coming over, man. Now, Dame Dash reveals shocking info on Aaliyah's death. Hype Williams took the jet she was meant to be on. I always find it weird, a little strange, a little odd when celebrities pass away. I always think it's more to the story. I've talked about that before. It had been so much talk about Aaliyah, and I know it was a long time ago, but as people get interviewed, more stories start to resurface. Um, I know Jaguar Wright said it was something fishy about that's going on. A lot of people talk about, was she a sacrifice? I feel like most people feel like there was something weird. There's been a lot of celebrities that have passed away in plane crashes or whatever, but something never sat right with me. So let's see what Dame Dash has to say here. We ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
And I always heard that she was going to make Cam one of the presidents of Rockefeller.
Vice president. It just meant that you had your own label. That's all it meant. That's all. And same thing but you don't hear about Beans. You know why? Because Cam went and made a fucking announcement on the radio before it even got done. And then after he made the announcement, I remember him being like, telling me what he wanted his salary to be, and I was just,
Oh, so this is kind of continuing from where that other video I reacted to him talking about Benny Siegel. Yeah, again, we're on the Art of Dialogue channel, which I'll leave in the description so you guys can check out more. I'm waiting for him to say pause again.
like, forget the whole thing. Everybody's crazy. Like, you should have heard that phone call, boy, with all the artists worried about it. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all worried about? That was what made me know to get the fuck out of there, to be honest. How everyone was acting over that. And it was so stupid to me. Still is. Even like Homeboy was bugging. Like, he called from a yacht and was saying wherever he was at. And it was like no one had spoke to him in months, but he got on the phone for that one. Him, Beans was like mad. And I'm like, why are you mad? You a vice president too. Bleak is like, I gotta ask him for my budget for my video. Like, who the fuck said you had to do that? Like, no one said that. So at that point, I was like, yo, forget it, man. Don't worry about
Yeah, they overreacted.
it. There was no reason for it. It was like, it was just no reason for it. It was stupid. We're grown men. We supposed to be gangsters. Like, I was like, I thought we was different.
Gangsters.
Yeah, that's crazy. So Jay, he called you mad when the news broke.
Had a group call. Like, I mean, ask them about it at some point. Like, Beans was on the call, Bleak was on the call, like, everybody was on this call. I was like, what the I was like, everybody's crazy. I'm done.
Yeah, that's wild, man. But speaking of Hype Williams, you brought him up earlier. But before we get to him, how did you meet Aaliyah?
We like officially met when I was like trying to get with her at Barry Clyburg's office. At the time, my bookkeeper, she was a client. When I first met her, she was like a kid to me, so I never paid her no mind. And I seen her like a basketball game once. She's like, "What up?" But I didn't. She was a kid to me. So like, I wasn't listening. I wasn't like listening to her music like that or any of that. I kind of met her as like, I didn't even know it was Aaliyah when I saw her. I was like, who the fuck is that? She just looked mad good. That that picture that everybody puts up and it's like a Puff's party and we're all on the bed and all that other shit, pause. But like the big pictures, that's the night that we made it happen. So that's where I left. And
Look at that picture, y'all. Look at that picture. Boy, boy, boy. Leah got her hand on, is that Diddy legs? Mm, 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 mm. Like with everything we know now, this picture speaks volumes, man.
We're all on the bed and all that other shit. Pause. But like the big pictures, that's the night that we made it happen. So that's where I left, and that's where my life changed dramatically. Yeah, that day, not that's when it happened. I was like I said, me and homeboy was both getting at her. It was like one of us is gonna win, and I won.
Who?
So Jay, he was trying to get at it too.
Yeah, everybody knows that. He was going hard. It was Aaliyah. Everybody was going at Aaliyah. That's why it hurt so much when I was the one that got to get with her. But I wasn't even thinking I was gonna fall in love. But she just was too ill. She's too cool.
Was he feeling the type of way when you made it official with her?
Yeah, but I don't want to do that to him, bro. Obviously, you see you see what happened. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would say so. His friends get with him.
Right. So what I do want to ask you about Aaliyah, what was the situation with Hype Williams where, he took her plane and she had to take the plane that he was using? Like, what happened with that?
No. She was in Miami, and the video was supposed to be in Miami. And I had told her, I was like, Hype does this thing where he'll act like he needs more days just so he can get paid more. And don't let him do that. And then, all of a sudden she comes back and was like, he wants to go to the Bahamas. I was like, I told you he was going to do that. And what I had heard was that, what I was told was she was supposed to be on Lenny Kravitz's jet, but like he offered it to her. And you could ask Lenny Kravitz, I guess. And Hype took it and had her on that plane. But he had to like pattern, like when we did Big Pimpin', like we're in hotels and he's in a house with a chef throwing dinners on our dime. And I'm like, well, why are we in a hotel and this nigga got his own house with a chef and we're paying for it? And that's why I cut Big Pimpin'. So I was like, I knew his tricks on what he used to do and how he used to play the labels. So I cut the video, like, we going back to Miami.
Man, people be shady.
So I knew that he was going to try that same play with her, and he did. And then, if utilized for him as far as making, himself more comfortable than the artist on the artist's dime, I knew he was going to do that.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up, man.
Yeah, it is fucked up. Somebody should ask him about it.
Yeah, they should. I mean, she'll still be here. If she was on the plane she was supposed to be on.
I said a lot of things years ago, and they all realized themselves later. But the things that I found appalling for some reason 10 years ago, no one found them appalling when they were happening. It took for everyone to get busted for people to find it appalling. But no one ever says when they don't have to, because nobody really gives a. I've seen that firsthand. But once it becomes popular opinion, that's when everybody's appalled. That's when they pay attention. That's when Dame was right again. But wrong in the moment, overreacting in the moment, but 10 years later, I was dead right. It's, again, another behavior pattern, a human trait that I don't even judge people for anymore.
I kind of wish he would have asked, or I'm pretty sure there's probably interviews. I wonder what he thought about the whole R. Kelly situation with Aaliyah. Because he said when he saw Aaliyah, it was like whatever. She was just a kid, but like he ended up knowing who she was, and then she got older. But let me see. They say Lenny Kravitz, I'm reading some of the comments here. Lenny Kravitz, the one who sent the bigger plane for Aaliyah, she was forced to get on that small jet, and nobody heard from Hype ever since. They said Aaliyah never stood a chance, so young, surrounded by an industry full of peas. That's right. It was, yep, it was like, it was depressing around that time because 2 weeks after Aaliyah died, 9/11 happened. Man. Someone said when you break it down and everyone tells the truth, it's always over a woman. Yeah, I mean, I didn't. Did I hear about that? If so, I don't remember. I'm just trying to think, do I remember Jaguar talking about it? I know she said something about her getting on the plane unconscious. Like, she didn't, like, they were saying she didn't want to get on the plane. And they did something and, you know, they got her on the plane. But the whole Lenny Kravitz sending her a bigger plane, I didn't know that. I don't think I did. I'm telling you, man, it's so much that goes on in the industry. And you got to remember, this is what we're hearing. Think about all the stuff that we don't. And like I said, they talk, when they talk, it's like coded. They don't just flat out like say what you are thinking they are going to say. They'll kind of talk around it. But man, hearing like has Hype Williams ever been interviewed on it? I'm gonna try to find that and see. Has Hype Williams ever talked about taking Aaliyah's plane? Hey, appreciate y'all coming over and watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, man. Peace out.